afternoon, good evening, and welcome to this week's episode of the Hallmark of Greatness podcast, a podcast dedicated to highlighting the beauty of all the Hallmark Lifetime straight-to-TV movies that don't get the admiration they fully deserve. I'm Anthony Burke, and with me as always are two of the rejected hopefuls who tried to be in One Direction. He's currently recovering in hospital after a 60-mile-an-hour crash into a large metal pylon in a rubber dinghy on a ski slope. It's Joe Higgins.
Rubber dinghy rapids, mate.
Yeah. And he recently got arrested for claiming to be the second coming of Jesus and conning tens of people out of £3.75 each. It's Greg Lowe.
I mean, it's 37 quid 50, isn't it? So who's the bigger fool?
All the meal deals you can get for that, mate.
Yeah, Jesus fed them on bread and fish. I can go and get a couple of buckets for that.
There you go.
KFC, subtle.
If you'd like to keep up to date with all things Hallmark of Greatness, you can follow the show on Twitter at Hallmark of Great, Instagram at Hallmark of Greatness, or if you'd like to get in touch with any recommendations or thoughts or anything you think we may have missed, you can email the show at hallmarkofgreatness@gmail.com and find us on Facebook by searching for Hallmark of Greatness. Hi.
Hello.
I'd forgot that the last one we did was that skiing one. It feels like a long time ago.
It's been a big break, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's a week or two.
It's just, I'm fine. Yeah. Sun's
yeah.
out.
Yeah, sun's out, guns out.
Had my first vaccination. Went drinking in a park yesterday. It was great fun.
Ooh, lovely.
Did you have KFC?
Is that your subtle way of luring us into this week's episode? By any chance? We're not actually sponsored by KFC.
Although I wish we were.
But this week's episode,
A Recipe for Seduction.
Overstepping my boundaries there, sorry.
Sponsored by KFC, this film.
Recipe for Seduction. What can I say about this film? Everything.
It's finger-licking good.
I actually did enjoy it. I'll list the reasons why I enjoyed it later, but I did enjoy it.
I want all films to be in this format. 13 minutes long.
Yeah.
Well, most of the trailers are not far off that we end up watching.
That is true, yeah. But no, after having watched like Army of the Dead the other week, it was like 2.5 hours long. This was
on.
Yeah, it goes very much on. This isn't the time and place for that, though.
Never seen it.
No, it's not Bend It Like Beckham,
It's not Bend It Like Beckham,
yeah. I believe they called this a mini movie.
Yeah, that's what it says.
And to be fair, it fits that brief perfectly. It has all the beats of a normal Hallmark film. Oh, it's a Lifetime film.
I'll be honest, watching this, I was actually disappointed it was only this short.
I want more. I want to know what happens to Bunny at the end. Yeah. There is a trailer for this, which is I've worked out 10% the running time of the actual movie. So this is.
Wait, Joe, wait. Do you want your predictions first or not?
Oh, it's up to you.
Predictions first.
Recipe for Seduction. Helen was working as a waitress in a cocktail bar. Nah, I'm not. Helen works as a cook in a posh country club and falls for rich tennis instructor Chip when he gets there as the club pro, which apparently is a thing. Will her lowly upbringing be enough to win Chip and his smug friends around? Take 2 cups of generic whiteness, a dash of whimsy, and a drop of church-approved sexiness, and you've got a recipe for seduction.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Craig, I don't think there's much you can do with this apart from suggesting Saved by the Bell was involved.
Yeah, no, all I can say is this real? This looks like a meme that somebody photoshopped and put on Reddit and went, look what's coming soon, you muppets. It's like, no, this is a thing.
My one thing with the poster is that he's really gripping her arms. Like, you're not getting away from the Colonel.
Well, as we'll see when we get to the Craig facts, the turnaround on this film was rather sharpish.
I imagine a day.
I believe 30 minutes.
From concept to filming, to writing, to release, I think it was about 2 months.
That long?
Longer than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Here's an actual synopsis. Colonel Harlan Sanders has a steamy and savoury love affair with a young heiress who must choose between her young chef with a dream of fried chicken glory and a wealthy, duplicitous suitor handpicked by her mother.
I don't think I'd ever want my romance to be called savoury. That's not a thing, is it?
I think it's more leaning towards the chicken side of it.
I know that, but it's not like It's just a weird turn of phrase. Like, oh, my savoury love for you.
It's in brackets, to be fair.
Well, here is the trailer for A Recipe for Seduction.
What the hell are you doing?
A Lifetime original mini-movie.
You don't answer my proposal.
It was the worst
Now
of
you're not
times.
answering my call.
I think I'm falling for the new chef.
How?
Jessica is falling for Harlan.
The cook? Leave Jessica alone and skip town.
He has a secret recipe that's going to change the world.
Harlan claims to have some secret recipe.
Why is Rihanna in the background?
Spare me.
We all have our secrets. If you marry my daughter, I promise there'll be more long weekends in your future.
Mom, I have to tell you something.
We have a problem.
Secrets out, chicken man. I'll take care of this. He's ruining everything!
Just kill him already!
Who the hell are you?
Harlan Sanders,
Heard.
the new chef.
Mario Lopez is Colonel Sanders in A Recipe for Seduction. Premieres December 13th at noon. Only on Lifetime. Presented by Kentucky Fried Chicken.
There you go.
Yes. Really?
It took a turn.
What a
again.
surprise.
Weirdly enough, last night there was a program on about, I don't know, about 11:30. Is it inside the
Factory.
something like that? But it was about KFC.
Huh.
I was like, oh, timing on that. It's brilliant.
Was it the one where they have to replicate the food?
No. I think it was just about the ins and outs of KFC.
I was just the music for that was not appropriate.
No, it's weirdly.
It's like Terminator music at the start.
It's certainly more like a 50 Shades of Grey type
I've
crazy music.
never seen it.
I don't know why they need to
try
try.
the music of it.
All they needed to do was have fucking Mario Lopez walk on screen going, I'm going to be playing Colonel Sanders in a Lifetime film. You know you're going to be watching.
Yeah.
You don't need to do anything.
It's fine. Do you want to get into the meat of this then?
Oh,
Yeah. Get down to the bone.
oh, I've not got one ready.
No, mate. Just wing it.
Something about the Colonel.
You disappoint me.
I wasn't involved in the text group where you said you were going to get these ready.
Oh no, this is off the top of my head, mate.
Giblets.
Shut up. We open on an incredibly lavish dining table
At Christmas time.
at Christmas time with
Let's start off Christmas month.
a load of very sort of waspish people sitting around the table eating chicken and ham and rice. That staple food of posh white people.
Especially at the Christmas times.
Yeah.
We are introduced to Jessica
Jessica.
and
Indeed.
her suitor Billy.
Is it Billy who says...
Billy Garibaldi.
Billy Garibaldi. We find out is his full
Billy
name.
Is it Billy who just randomly says, the chicken's delicious?
You got to get it going somehow,
The
haven't
first
you?
hint. Like, this is about chicken.
Yeah.
Just in case somebody turns off early doors, KFC have got to get that promo in straight out the gate.
Ain't
Oh,
nobody turning
It's
this
the
on.
one time that the word chicken is mentioned until quite later on. And by later on, I mean like 12 more minutes. But
They're all eating KFC with cutlery as well, which is I've never seen done before. It's a foreign concept, isn't it?
what's it, plastic cutlery that you sometimes get?
And they said, "Oh, the chicken's lovely. It's all thanks to our new chef, Harlan Sanders."
Sanders.
Yes.
There's a look of an eye roll between Jessica and friend who is called Lee.
Yeah, because we only know that because Lee has escaped
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah, there's an eye roll between them, like, we don't belong here, kind of. What is
Yeah,
this
we're
guy?
Well,
not part of this wacky
Lee
nonsense.
certainly doesn't. Yeah,
Well, yeah.
for reasons that will become apparent later.
And then Billy randomly proposes to Jessica.
He pulls out a very small-looking ring, and as heir to the Garibaldi fortune, I'm assuming the biscuits.
I hope it's the biscuits.
Yeah, I'm hoping they all live in like a world
Yeah.
where KFC and Garibaldi's and Mr. Bourbon, they all live together. Wendy lives around the corner. Yeah, the Burger King is like the monarch.
Ooh, that's upmarket. I mean, you've got to say this though. I bet there's been a lot of proposals in Southern America over a KFC.
Oh yeah, I mean, I only had KFC for the first time the other week, and I wasn't particularly impressed, to be honest.
How dare you? This podcast is sponsored by KFC.
It isn't. If they want to sponsor it, send me some and I'll eat it.
Give me a bucket.
I'll eat it. I'll just not like it.
And Jessica sort of goes, I need time to think about this.
She also doesn't like being put on the spot, which is fair.
Yeah.
Well, I've never understood why you'd propose, having not proposed to anyone. I never understood why you proposed in front of at least 6 other people at that table.
Because that's how you trap them, innit, you see?
People do it. It's the fear of rejection and hoping that if you do it in front of people, they'll be shamed enough to actually say yes.
Yeah, like people who do it at sports arenas and stuff.
I'll make a note of that.
There you go.
It's also has a similar thing of like those viral proposals where they'd get like everyone involved to do it, and it's like you're pressuring that person into saying yes, even if they don't want to do it. Because
everybody knows, but here's the question.
Yeah. So she refuses and stomps off. Her mother, Bunny, says, she's probably had too much wine. So, I mean, they are living like the poor person's life of drinking wine and eating KFC at the same time.
Sounds like a perfect Saturday night to me, this.
But the wine was just in bottles, not in like a carafe, which I thought was weird for posh people.
Just miniatures.
That's the start of the money downfall. Can't afford carafes, just get the cheap bottles.
Yeah.
We find out the next morning that the skin, even though they live in a large house.
Yeah, well, again, so she's like, you have to marry Billy Garibaldi.
Billy Garibaldi.
It's a mouthful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because he is, we're poor, your father left us with debt, and yet you've just had a massive, lavish Christmas dinner, pre-Christmas dinner.
You say lavish, it was KFC.
Yeah, of course, but KFC for 8 people, it's not cheap, do that.
From the source. One family-sized bucket, mate.
Oh, you need at least 2 of them. You're talking 40 quid straight out of the gate.
The gravy's important.
People want sides as well.
What, of ham and rice?
Yeah.
I hope it was rum ham. That'd be.
Ooh. The skin.
Yeah, but they've had a big party. They've hired a cook, right, as a full-time member of staff, and they're having another Christmas party because, lo and behold, Harlan Sanders comes in and says, "Here's the menu for approval."
Just wait with that. You can't just say Harlan Sanders comes in.
Okay, AC Slater with some talcum powder in his hair.
One of the most, the mustache beard combination looks so fake. It kind of.
I love it.
Ruins.
Well, I nearly spat my drink out because it lulls you. This for the first 3 or 4 minutes, you forget that you're watching a KFC movie, and it's like, oh, this is just like any other sort of Lifetime movie. And then walks in AC Slater, and you just
doesn't say
yourself. It's like, oh my word.
It doesn't have like a y'all voice. He's just doing his voice.
He does not sound like he's from Kentucky.
Harlan Sanders, who has been hired from the Petit Pamplemousse.
Is that what he said?
That's the restaurant that they couldn't get reservations in, and so they poached the chef. Anthony,
they're loaded.
Anthony, the Petit Pamplemousse is?
Oh.
It's the small grapefruits, isn't it, in French?
Is it actually? I don't speak French. I barely speak English.
Yeah, so he used to work at the Tiny Grapefruit, which is almost as good as The Kitchen, or whatever it was called in that other one.
Yeah.
As soon as
he made his chicken at the other place, then?
He just did grapefruit.
No,
did he use his special recipe for the grapefruit?
Well, wait until we get to his recipe when we see his secret recipe later, because I screenshotted it because this needs to be shared with the world.
Okay. Were we close to getting Kentucky Fried Grapefruit?
I mean, no, it should be like grapefruit.
We're not in
Scotland.
We're not deep frying everything.
Oh, delicious.
And upon seeing him, Jessica is smitten.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't be?
She remembers that it's AC Slater.
With an aging teen star.
I mean, I would. Especially because he's got his little legs around his neck.
The next morning, Slater, sorry, I've written Slater for every time. Harlan Sanders is signing for supplies.
Again, even though they're in debt, they're getting fresh stuff delivered.
Yeah. And it's quite a lot. Jessica comes out.
Chicken wings and breadcrumbs. That's all he needs.
No, he needs his 7 herbs and spices.
Jessica comes out and says, "No one's shown you the property yet," which he says, "No, not yet." So they walk off, leaving the supplies.
Yep, to be attacked by feral animals.
That bugged me. And then you got her
the
mum
mum
watches from the
and
doorway.
there is an ominous chord. I'm always a big fan of that. Yeah. They walk about through the grounds, past like a weird, like not a swimming pool, like a fountain.
It was like a swimming pool,
an
the size of a
oversized
fountain.
fountain. Yeah.
Like a reflecting pool or something.
Yeah.
And Harland is telling her all about his secret recipe that's going to change the world.
Yeah, I thought secret recipe alert. We've heard it for the first time.
Yeah.
She's also telling Harland that she very much dislikes Billy.
Understandable, because he shows up wearing a flamingo's legs wrapped round his neck. In true white jerk-off male sort of fashion, he has a knotted jumper around his shoulders, but the arms are so thin.
Yeah.
So thin. He has a go at Colonel Sanders with the immortal line,
Beat it, Crouton. Get back to the kitchen.
which is cracking, in it? Calling someone crouton.
Made me laugh at one.
To which he responds,
Don't call me Crouton.
yeah, menace in there.
Don't call me crouton.
Don't call him Crouton.
Billy's a bit creepy in this. He's a very...
I don't know what... I love
Ricky.
Billy in this because he is literally a mustache twirl from tying Jessica to a railway track.
Yes, he is. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
We cut to Jessica on the bed, on her phone to Lee, her best friend, gal pal, who is going on a date to meet a man.
Club.
So we find out that he's gay as well as black at this point. So they're ticking all those boxes there.
Yeah.
Just in one character,
At the local country club, and he's sitting in his car getting country club ready. I'm assuming painting his face white. Yeah, I don't.
She says she's falling for Harland.
She's met him
Been
twice.
on a walk,
Yeah, twice.
Yeah.
She wants that sweet, sweet secret recipe money. That's what it is.
Yeah.
She prefers KFC over biscuits.
What makes me laugh about that secret recipe thing is later on he says, that was between me and you. You'd only just met her. Why are you telling anyone about this secret recipe?
He blabs it to everyone, Aaron.
Yeah.
That's the first thing he
Everybody
says,
will listen.
hello, I'm Colonel Sanders. I have a secret recipe. Okay. She's known him less than a day, but the heart wants what it wants.
Yeah, she's thinking of leaving Billy for Colonel Sanders.
Harland. He's not. He is Colonel, because when he signs his secret recipe later on, it is signed CHS.
Is it?
Yeah.
Colonel Harland Sanders, yeah.
That's his first name, Colonel.
He
has no military rank.
It's just him, Colonel Bogey. That's it, yeah.
She then sends, after hanging up with Lee, she sends a text to Billy saying, we need to talk.
And text bubbles appear on the screen.
Yeah.
I loved it when that happens.
I was only disappointed that it wasn't an Excel spreadsheet. See Nellie and Kelly's dilemma.
Yes.
She goes for a shower, and then her mum, who seemingly is just watching her daughter wherever she goes.
Just peeking out from round stuff constant. The shower she has, clearly in the same room, because it's so loud.
It's ensuite. It's fine. She left the door open.
Ensuite means in a different room, adjacent room,
Yeah.
not in the same room.
Open.
She lives in a bedsit. What?
Taking the wardrobes out and fitting a hose pipe over the top.
So the mum comes in and sends text. Jessica got a reply from Billy saying, I'm at the country club, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
And the mum sends a text saying, stay there, I'm on my way, I'll arrange that.
Yeah.
Just,
The
mum's
Billy
weird.
is fucking ace in this. I love him. He
With the
sits
fake
there.
laugh.
Not that, when he drinks like the spirits. Why would you drink a drink that makes you pull that face?
Oh, I didn't see that.
He drinks it and he goes, like he's just poured battery acid down his throat.
I didn't see
It's country club whiskey, mate. It's gonna be nice. You know what I mean?
Well, he's drinking because it's $300 a glass. You don't have to like it. It's a status symbol.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's-
It's like,
that's totally true,
it's
yeah.
like Martel, yeah.
Yeah.
So the mum comes to speak to Billy at the country club and tells him that Jessica is falling for Harland Sanders. And it's the worst fake laugh I think I've ever heard.
I love him. He also refers to her as Bunster, which made me laugh.
What was her name?
Bunny,
Oh, right.
which to prove how waspish she is, yeah.
Yeah.
He says, Bunster, do you remember when we went to the
They had a long weekend.
long
Long
weekend?
weekend. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
she
Have
says-
many more of those.
So Bunny and Billy have done it as well, which
Really hooked
would
it
make
up.
sense because Billy looks about the right age to be going out with Bunny.
Yeah.
Has he
Hence
got-
why are these two not getting together? Why is she foisting her daughter on him into an unhappy marriage just so she can sleep with him? It's like, just If you need money, marry him. You seem to quite
you
like
could do it
each
yourself.
other.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we can't do that. It's yeah.
But the mum also mentions about the secret recipe because she overheard Jessica telling Lee about the secret recipe.
Because everyone, she's
everyone
literally
knows
just
about
following
the
her
secret
around,
recipe.
running from pillar to post, hiding every time Jessica moves anywhere.
Luckily, Lee is at that same country club waiting for his date.
I think he was on his date, wasn't he?
He
Was he
was
not
on
sat
his
there?
date,
with him? No, he was sat in his
yeah.
top.
Oh, because I was like, I wanted to see what other brave soul was prepared to admit their homosexuality in the country club. Yeah,
But so he saw and heard all this going on and made a
reports.
note of it. Yeah,
he doesn't report back to her. Oh, because he
not
can't.
straight away. Yeah.
Well, he can't text her because she's lost her phone because her mum nicks her phone.
Oh,
So
that's true, yeah.
that makes sense now. Yeah. Billy then we find they're in the kitchen where Billy obviously thinks that Harland lives because he's an idiot.
He's a chef. That's where all
He
chefs
clearly
live.
lives in the kitchen.
And he finds a big purple folder, might as well be neon, that just says my secret recipe, like Glinzel stenciled on the front of it, glitter everywhere.
I did screenshot this because I wanted to see what the secret recipe was. Obviously, it's not going to give you Colonel Sanders' secret recipe. But on this piece of card, it says, secret recipe at the top. So, like, top secrets. Right, it says chicken, brackets, whole, quarters, drum. Right?
Yes, to all.
And then it says, it's broken down into 3 columns here. It says a little extra, something I can't make out because it's just squiggle. And then on the next column, it has 9 herbs, 2 spices, crossed out. And then 7 herbs, 2 spices, salt. So just say what they are. So, like, if he gets hit in the head by a horse, he's not going to remember what this recipe is.
We've finally cracked the code, lads. We too can make our own chicken.
And in the 3rd column, it says maybe this should be something. I couldn't make it out. And then it says too much, too little, CHS. To which Billy responds, secrets out, chicken man.
Oh, the second time chicken's mentioned.
Secrets out, chicken man. I love it.
Harland comes in. I'm going to call him by his first name. And Billy tries... Slater comes in. Slater cosplaying as Colonel Sanders comes in. Billy tells him that Jessica has accepted his proposal and offers him $500,000 to leave town.
Yeah.
Take it.
$500,000, mate.
Set up your business.
Hell of a Kickstarter for your burgeoning chicken business there.
You've still got your secret recipe.
I'd leave my wife for $500,000. Wow. And he's like, no, I don't want your money. Although he doesn't rip the check up, he pockets
Not
it.
there and then, no.
I don't think
He wants to wait first, just in case. Because if she says yes, he's going with the $500,000.
The doorbell rings, and Bunny opens it to see Lee, who goes, where's Jessica? I know what you did.
Yeah, he's coming to see Jessica, being a nice friend.
Yeah,
showing his hand straight out the gate.
Yeah, I'd have just been like...
It really bugs me.
What, where she straight up murders Lee?
No. It's that Bunny tells him that Jessica's not there. She's going to get a new phone.
Yes.
All right, then I'll come back later. Let her know I've arrived. Let her know I've visited, is what she should have said. No. He then tells her his plan to expose her.
Yep. And then
Why?
to drive the plot forward, she legitimately murders him with a polo mallet they just have lying around the kitchen, the hall.
Rich. All rich people have a polo.
You'd have it in the polo lounge, surely.
Sorry.
Have it stored in the polo shed next to the polo playing fields.
Jessica is texting Lee or phoning him the next day on her new phone, and she's got a very nice dress on. Just a very nice dress.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lee isn't murdered here.
And then, Lee isn't murdered, but he does get absolutely mullered in the back of the head.
To the back of the head. So.
Yeah.
Severe brain damage at the least.
And we get to the just let me explain moment.
Yep. Happens in every movie.
Where Jessica and Slater from Saved by the Bell, he's like, I'm going to leave because you're getting married. And she's like, no, I'm not. And he's like, oh, okay. It's like it goes nowhere. It's the shortest sort of arsehole turn there is.
There wasn't that long left.
And to be fair, there's like 2 minutes of film left.
Yeah.
They kiss, and it's a finger-licking sexy scene.
But who's watching the kiss?
probably Bunny because
It's
she's
Bunny.
a
She,
she's
like,
a voyeur
puts him in
and
the corner.
she's a
She's always
pervert.
watching. Always watching.
Next morning at breakfast, because she always just seems to be sitting, having coffee, reading the paper in the morning.
She's
Bunny
also,
tells
just quickly, she rang Billy. Well, just after the kiss happened to say this needs to be fixed.
Oh, yeah. And then this is where it goes full psycho.
Yep.
Bunny tells Jessica that Harland has gone and he won't be coming back.
Yep.
She is inconsolable and, well, she's just gone out the kitchen looking for him because
Why
obviously
did
she
she not
thinks...
ring him?
Well, obviously she thinks that he lives in the kitchen as well as a cook. Like,
She's got a new
She's
phone.
got his number at the very least.
She's got a new phone, Anthony, but it takes like 24 hours for the new SIM to connect, so she's just a useless brick until that.
She could have just Uber Eated him, really, couldn't she?
Yeah.
And she flounces off through Mr. Miyagi's garden from the Karate Kid.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Of course you've not.
It's like a fancy Bend It Like Beckham playing field.
I genuinely haven't
With
seen
the little
it.
bridges and the waterfalls.
Yeah.
It's very zen.
Okay.
And she hears muffled screaming from behind the door.
The door might as well start banging on its hinges. It's
Is this the polo
subtle.
shed?
It could be it's the pots and pans shed, isn't it? Because she throws her into the pots and pans. Billy is amazing in this. He's tied Harland to a chair. Slater to a chair, and put like duct tape over his mouth.
One little piece of duct tape.
And he's legitimately gonna murder Slater.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a rich white man, so he'll get away with it. But
yeah.
But I don't know what the outcome of this is because it's like he can't steal his recipe because, to be fair, it isn't a recipe.
Yeah.
Why
not even a shopping list.
Surely you could just offer him $1 million to go away. Look, you've kissed my fiance, who's not actually my fiance. I'll give you $1 million. Now bugger off.
Nope. He's
What's
just
your
going to
big
straight
price?
up murder him.
Yeah.
He's going to fillet him.
Not your best, that one, Joe.
No. And then Bunny comes in and says, Lee has escaped. So they obviously had him tied up somewhere.
Yeah, for a
house
couple of
of
days.
bondage. Yeah.
He was in the polo shed.
Yeah.
And
but he must have been tied up for a couple of days.
I think it all happens in the space of 2 days.
Yeah, what is the time period of this film? It
I
might
think
take
it all
place
literally
in 15
from
minutes.
her seeing Harlan Sanders later from Saved by the Bell to marrying him, I believe is 3 days total. That's the power of KFC, mate.
Yep.
Makes women weak at the knees and grown men cry. Bunny yells, "Kill him already!" And Harlan Sanders, later Saved by the Bell, fucking headbutts it.
It was good, wasn't it? Because you need to get that close when you're murdering someone.
KFC now stands for Karate Fighting Club.
Lee somehow appears from nowhere to knock out Billy.
Hits him with the same polo mallet. All crimes are polo mallet based in the KFC universe.
And then my favourite part of this film, I think, the mum says, so Bunny says to Slater, "This is your fault," and slowly, very, very slowly, walks towards him in a strangle pose, leaving you no guesses as to what's going to happen next.
She was going to pull his little arms and legs and strangle him with them.
It was the slowest.
But Jessica pushes her into a shelving unit that's nearby, full of pots and pans.
Yep. That was it.
And then they have a
She's down
big
for
snog
count.
while Lee just watches, I guess.
Yeah.
Because he's still in the room.
Sits there awkwardly, like
Course,
resting
well-
on his polo mallet.
He took a heavy knock to the head. He's still...
I think he should go to the
Okay.
hospital, because
Yeah.
he could have a concussion.
He doesn't know idea what's going on.
He could use that as defense anyway. Smash cut 1 year later.
Wedding.
They're getting married. Slater is in his traditional KFC white.
All whites.
Yeah, with his little
Southern
legs.
Gentleman whites.
And Jessica's got a very nice dress on as well. They're getting married by Lee, who is now an ordained minister, I'm guessing. Or maybe he always was. The Lee
don't know
story
that
is
much
one
about
we'll
Lee.
never know, yeah. We know he's gay. That's it. Yeah. And he's good with a mallet.
Yeah.
To be fair, that's more development than most of the best friends get in these films.
That's true, actually.
Yeah. They get married by Lee. That's nice. And we cut to Serenity Falls Care Home.
Wow.
We see
Where
Bunny. We find out she's called Bunny Mancina. And she's sitting there
What's her
all
name?
they do say the woman who
Yeah,
comes on and goes,
she
"You have a guest." she's sitting there like with her hair all unkempt and stuff because she's
I
clearly.
assume it was a nut house or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a way to be tactful. Yeah, it's a nut house. She's sitting there. Billy comes in to visit, sits down, and says, "I found them." And then eats a bit of chicken, and it ends.
Brilliant.
And I'm like, "This is the best film I have ever seen."
I don't know if he meant he found a bucket of chicken.
Could be
Because
that.
he's also in the nut house, and it's been hidden away. Or
No,
he's
because
found...
the nurse says she has a visitor.
Oh yeah. that's true.
So Harlan and Jessica have eloped to start their chicken
They've
empire.
flown the coop. Huh? Chicken?
Nice.
Yes.
You get one in there.
That's a hell of a zinger.
Oh.
And that is the end of the film.
That's the end of the film. Yeah. It's taking a bite of chicken.
It's literally 13 minutes of wall-to-wall insanity, and it's great.
Right.
I loved it.
I, for reasons, gave that an 8. Reasons being Slater. Less than 15 minutes. Utterly ridiculous.
Yeah. I'll join you on an 8. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's an all-around 8er here. Yeah,
I'll gladly say that all films should be in this format.
Yeah.
Cut out any
That's the
unnecessary
highest.
dialogue. That's the highest.
Yeah.
Well, it just proves that what we do is ridiculous then, doesn't it, really? If a 13-minute long
cut
film
out all the fat, right, straight down to the meat.
I'd like to thank Follow the Trawler and the As Yet Untitled Movie Podcast for bringing this film to our attention.
Thank you very much.
It's tremendous.
Beautiful. It's a
the most
beautiful
lovely-
treat.
The loveliest thing I've ever seen.
I genuinely hope there's more of these. Wendy's,
Well,
Ronald McDonald.
Yeah,
Well-
we need a crossover universe, don't we? We need the fast food universe.
Not even fast food. You can expand it to Tony the Tiger. Snap, crackle, and pop. I don't care. These are
Whatever
brilliant.
mascot seems to be popular this year.
15-minute films on some kind of origin story. I don't care. These are awesome.
well, wait until we get into it because
Great facts, indeed. So this film was, of course, starring Mario Lopez as Colonel Harlan Sanders, who has also appeared in Saved by the Bell, Saved by the Bell: Hawaiian Style, Saved by the Bell: The College Years, Saved by the Bell: Wedding in Vegas, Saved by the Bell: The New Class, Saved by the Bell: The New Reboot, and The Smurfs 2.
I want to know what Saved by the Bell Hawaiian Style is. I'm assuming that's
He
just
probably
with
went on holiday
pineapple
to
on it.
Hawaii.
It's a TV movie. I think it's set between the original series and the college years. I think it's a little TV movie between the two.
Where they all go and eat poi.
Yeah.
So he's only ever done Saved by the Bell films.
Well, pretty
And
much.
for the Smurfs.
Well, he hosts stuff now, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's more a host now.
He was in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
He does appear in
as
Brooklyn
Mario
Nine-Nine,
Lopez.
yeah. As himself.
If you look at his IMDb, there is a lot of as Mario Lopez.
That's fine.
Yeah. So yeah, Saved by the Bell. That's fine.
You don't need to do anything else if you've done Saved by the Bell.
I mean, you can do cons forever with that, can't you? Yeah. I did. Go on, sorry. Go on.
No, it's all right. Who else have we got? Justine Albert played Jessica, who has a very sparse IMDb. So she starred in the TV series Zoe 101 as cute teen girl. She starred in the kids TV show Victorious as cute girl. And she starred in How I Met Your Mother as sexy girl number 2.
Oh, not even sexy girl number 1.
Nope. Sexy girl's best friend who doesn't have any lines.
Wow. Well, she's all right in this, to be honest.
Yeah, the acting alone was fine in this.
Yeah.
It was not.
And we had...
Yeah, sorry, AC Slater was fine, and she was alright.
No, he wasn't. He was not alright. He didn't even put on an accent.
Y'all.
Doesn't need to. He's Mario Lopez. He's Slater in the finger.
Oh dear. And finally, we had Tessa Munro as Bunny, who starred in the Eddie Murphy movie The Haunted Mansion.
Oh.
Uncredited as one of the ghosts, yeah. Starred in something called Lethal Vengeance 2, Conspiracy of Death.
Oh, that sounds like a After Dark one, that.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of fun for you on After Dark. And she also starred in a goddamn episode of CSI.
Get in!
Yes.
Miami. So I will continue to troll every single person in the cast of every film from now on until I find somebody who's been in a goddamn CSI.
My one nugget of thing about this is that he was offered it after starring in something called Feliz Navidad. Dad.
No, I'm guessing that's like a lifetime Christmas movie.
Something like that. I think it's a series. Mario Lopez.
Right.
And he agreed to do it based on the strength of that.
Very good.
I've never watched it. I don't know what it is, but yeah.
So yeah, it was directed by 3 people, this 13-minute epic.
Simultaneously.
Because at the end it says written and directed by Gene.
Now, Gene isn't a person.
No.
Okay.
I'm guessing it's this collaboration of these 3 people.
Yes.
Eric Eckelman, Amand Prisco, and Natalie Prisco, who I'm presuming is like husband and wife team. Unfortunately, they've done sweet FA. This is
so far, just wait until the Wendy's.
Once you've hit perfection.
Yeah, you hit it once, straight out the gate. I think that the Priscos did some writing for the ad reads in the 2018 MTV Movie Awards. I think that was the only thing of note in any of their IMDb's.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So yeah, unfortunately not a lot to fill there. In extra fun notes, I think it's well deserving that whoever was in charge of promotion and advertising at KFC demands a raise on the strength of this, because around the same time as we had this wonderful Lifetime movie, we also had the KFC dating sim that was released on Steam last year called I Love You, Colonel Sanders, which is like a Japanese style novel book. Yeah. Sexy dating novel book. That came out at the same time, and also announced at exactly the same time was, of course, the KF console, which was KFC's venture into the computer console market, which was 4K compatible, an output of 240 hertz, and also had the chicken chamber that could store and warm your chicken.
Oh yeah,
that was real. I always thought that was just someone mucking about.
No, that was done by KFC. So at the same time this film was released, KFC offered a free 6-piece meal when you spent $20 on Uber Eats to accompany this movie. To quote the KFC's CMO at the time, "We could all use a little distraction this holiday season, so why not fill yourself with some fill your time? Yeah. So why not fill some of your time at home with a suspenseful drama and the comfort of our world-famous fried chicken?"
Get it up, yeah. Now, the thing is, I'm encroaching in on Craig Facts a little bit here.
No, encroach away.
But this was supposed to be the first of many Lifetime brand crossovers, but COVID sort of put a hiatus to all of that.
So there may be more coming.
More coming.
Oh yes.
There is rumblings of a sequel. Bunny's Revenge.
Yeah. I would imagine that the people at Wendy's will be all up for this, because they are fucking demons on social media.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah. But yeah, it does mean that in theory we could get a whole Lifetime universe, I guess. With the role, that's what everyone wants, isn't it? Now is shared universe things.
Yeah, shared universe. As long as it's not the Dark universe or the Hogwarts universe or every other failed universe.
Yes, but
if the Colonel, Ronald McDonald, Wendy, and the rest of them team up to be the Avengers,
form like a Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
to take on the Burger King.
No, to take on Wimpy. Both the sausage guy and wasn't there a McDonald's character called Wimpy as well?
You got
Popeye.
You had
Popeye, isn't it? Yeah.
The Burger King's the Nick Fury of the group. He brings them all together.
Like a Charlie's Angels of Terror.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there is a possibility of us getting more of this kind of thing. And I'm all for it, because it's cracking.
A treat every Christmas. Treat every Christmas from Lifetime.
No, more than one a year.
I think one a year would be
2 months,
saturation. Yeah, it doesn't take. Well, come on, you just take the Lifetime cookie cutter script formatter that they have for Word that they send out to every writer.
Condense it down. Yeah.
Put out the walking in the park scenes numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, and go into Gordo's. Yeah, less Gordo's.
Thus ends Craig Facts for another week.
Yeah. This is a weird one this week, because it's going to actually be a proper compliment sandwich, because I could only find one bad review for it.
That won't be a real one.
I'm guessing that was from Screech.
You would think he was dead at this point.
Yeah, rest in peace.
So I've got 2 10 out of 10s and a 1 out of 10. Again, just blows my mind. Some people clearly get it, some people clearly don't. 10 out of 10 by Leah, load of numbers, February 2021. This movie has changed my life. Colonel Sanders' glorious soul patch moved my very soul. The raw emotion was enough to give me salmonella in a good way.
Oh,
this movie will forever hold a special place in my heart. This is by far the best movie ever made in the history of cinema, and every other movie should just give up. Who needs Marvel? The KFC cinematic universe is enough to keep me coming back for seconds.
beautiful.
So yeah, basically what we said.
Yeah.
1 out of 10.
I genuinely want a KFC right now, but
Oh yeah, I'm quite peckish. KFC made a movie by Broken Nicole. Lifetime definitely delivers its surprises. KFC apparently made a movie where Mario Lopez plays Colonel Sanders. It's a 15-minute movie that has horrendous acting, action, and romance. Every second is strange and awful. I will say that I did laugh at how bad it was. It's a moment where you're sitting there after watching it and say, what did I just watch? And she gave that a 1 out of 10. All of those points.
Yeah, that's why it's like 10.
10 out of 10 as far as I'm concerned.
Somebody doesn't understand parody or what it was supposed to be doing.
I mean, I can't speak for poor Broken Nicole, but clearly this isn't the film for her. And finally, 10 out of 10, Pure Cinema by Movie Tim 1425. Look, it's obvious that KFC isn't going to get by on the quality of its food alone, so Colonel Sanders used the last vestiges of his power to create what is, in no exaggeration, the crowning achievement of cinema that has been building up for over 100 years. Contained within this 16-minute masterpiece is the sweeping romance of Titanic, the suspense of Silence of the Lambs, and the action of Die Hard.
Nice.
All distilled into their very purest forms. I laughed, I cried, I was moved. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to get a bucket of finger-licking good Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Spot on.
I think it's but that was it. Literally everything was 10 out of 10. This is like a classic of the genre. And I was like, to be fair, it is. It relies on parody, but not mocking it sort of like the first
leans into it.
It's like scary. It's not like the Scary Movies. It's more like a fond 80s parody where it's taken completely straight-faced.
Yes, it's like Airplane in that respect.
Yeah, it's like Airplane as opposed to...
Or like the first Sharknado, where they were trying to make a proper film before they went the other way with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved it. I will gladly say that this is the finest film I've ever watched.
Yeah, I agree.
And I've seen over 10 films.
I don't know. It's got some competition with Bend It Like Beckham, surely.
I have a new section where we just mention another podcast.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I have a jingle though.
Gosh,
this is a new little bit where we're just going to give a bit of a shout out to another podcast that I've been listening to. This one is 100 Things We Learned from Film. It's really fun dive. 2 guys talking about random films. They do a sort of beat by beat of the entire film, but all the way through it, they'll give you little nuggets of information either pertaining to the film or things that nuggets, or just random trivia that is associated with it. It's good fun. They're like an hour long. They've covered everything from stuff about the actors in there to like the genus of different types of bird. It's good fun. If you like sort of trivia and films, I'd wholeheartedly recommend it. And it is the only time I've ever heard the term cryospunk used in a sentence, so that's fun.
Nice. What's it called?
That's 100 Things We Learned from Film. Go and give them a listen.
Go give them a listen.
Good, clean fun.
In conclusion, that was a recipe for seduction. As always, if you'd like to keep up to date with Hallmark of Greatness, Twitter at Hallmark of Great, Instagram Hallmark of Greatness, search for us on Facebook at Hallmark of Greatness, or email us hallmarkofgreatness@gmail.com. Have you any final thoughts?
Don't call me Crouton.
Don't call me Crouton.
Beat it, Crouton. You better.
Beat it, Crouton.
Beat it, Crouton.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See ya.
Don't call me Crouton.